All right. How you doing? This is KIN234, and if you are watching this video, then you are already in the correct place. So to get here, you've had to go through this process, go through the welcomes, the announcements, etc. And this video is clearly in the Syllabi and Schedule tab. Now, this presentation is specifically regarding the syllabus, and I hope to crank out a few moments of information regarding the layout and how the course layout is. Otherwise, if I have difficulty getting that in the requisite 15 minutes, then I am going to make another video. So let's get going. So with the course syllabi, and the big thing that people are always interested in is finding out about the class, specific dates, etc. Keep in mind the syllabi itself, it's a document that is an agreement between student and the instructor and the university and a student. There's a triad, there's three of us. This document presents an agreement between all three of us. You do this, you'll get this grade. If you complete these assignments, you'll get these points. These points equate to being on the A train. And that's the important part of this. So realize it's not like we have any cloak and dagger or trying to wave shiny stuff in the left hand and slap you with the right hand. This is a very straightforward document that provides you that information. It also provides you a source of information. It's a resource document. But our course, Kinesiology 234, it's a personal training practicum. We're on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 8:50 and then 9 to 9:50. So we'll have hands-on lab section as well as a lecture. And that'll be in the fitness center and in a room adjacent to the fitness center. That is the fitness lab, which I'm sure many of you have been in at this point. Specific dates that are pretty important. The big ones I always like to point out are, look, if you have to drop this class, I hope you don't, but for whatever reason, if you have to, the last day to drop for full refund is the 24th of January, and the last day to do a withdrawal from the class is April 25th. I would urge you to seek me out beforehand because we might be able to make some accommodations to help you out so you don't have to drop a class, you don't have to lose the money, etc. Yeah, I don't like it when students drop my class. I think it's was something that can be resolved earlier on with some communication. Also, you have spring break, etc. Now, as we scroll further down, this is me. The best way to reach me is the email address. I will definitely get back to you as soon as I can. It's usually within 24 hours, much faster than that, but I'll give you the 24-hour disclaimer, but I'll let you know it actually is a little bit sooner than that. To that end, if we need any kind of office hours, those are by appointment. I'm an adjunct actually, so I don't have a physical office other than the adjunct offices in the M building. So to that end, we have to make an appointment. We'll meet. We have to sit at a table in the hallway or whatever, or meet in the classroom. But I'll definitely be accommodating for that. Now, what we're seeing is we've seen this switch from face-to-face, to online. I would presume we're going to have some of this going on over the term, so we may have to have a couple WebExes. We'll address that as we go. I'm planning on the first 2 weeks of this course being online and then the rest of it being face-to-face. And I hope I'm right. Course description, you would have seen this when you enrolled with the course. And this course is the capstone course and prepares you for the profession of that being a movement practitioner, physical therapist, personal trainer specifically, or strength and conditioning coach. Now, I say that because we talk about the personal trainer practicum, but I realize many of you might be in different disciplines and might be moving on to different areas within these disciplines. And I urge you to try to soak in as much as possible from this class, because you'll find that it'll provide a good foundation as a movement practitioner, and then you can delve into other areas. I can tell you as a practitioner, where I started 25 years ago is vastly different than where I am right now. It's definitely a different skill set that I've evolved over the course of my career. Essentials of Personal Training. I think you guys are familiar with that book. If not, you can look that guy up and pick it up. This is on here. We probably won't use this too much. I'm going to introduce in some other stuff, a lot of NSCA stuff, a lot of things that we can utilize in terms of content from the NSCA. The Techno Gym stuff is okay. I mean, it's nice because it's a supportive tool for our equipment in the studio or in the fitness center, but it's really not going to be the end all be all, because as you go out into the field, you're going to be in front of and utilizing so much different equipment that I think this is a little bit one-dimensional. I won't really use remind.com too much anymore. I used to use that a little bit more, but I'll probably take this out of the syllabus after this class. And then if we go ahead and roll on down a little bit further, this is where it gets important, right? Grading criteria. So you will have an instructional portfolio you'll put together for this course. And you'll also have a presentation that you'll do, and you'll have feedback from yours truly. So when you look at this and you look at the grades, now you kind of have to plot and scheme and strategize, right? How you can get that A train and get that 90% or better. And I often ask students to think of this on the front end and not just go into it blindly, because so often during a semester, I'll have a student come to me in week number 12 and they're missing assignments and they've missed the boat on how they're able to actually get the A. And it's a process and it's a strategy that you formulate on the front end, and one that you come up with and utilize throughout the semester. And we'll talk a little bit more about that, but I urge you guys to work on that. So as we go through this, your portfolio here will include the actual profile when you sit down with your client, your interview, the assessment, their goals. We'll have training sessions where you'll write out programs for those clients. In terms of this, I think that's going to be a challenge. I might have to truncate that a little bit, but just realize it's not going to affect the overall grade point value, because I think we're going to have some on again, off again with the COVID world we're living in. You have a reflection paper as part of that, and then also you have a wellness talk that you have to provide for the course. As we scroll down here a little bit further, part of this course is being able to understand the nuances of the NSCA Certified Personal Trainer exam, and we'll definitely be going over that. Excuse me, man. As I scroll down here a little bit further, we have some other policy stuff and some other informational stuff. As an instructor, I always like to kind of go past this because this is stuff that you're familiar with and have seen before, but this gets back to my commenting that this document is a resource as well. So when you get into this section, if you ever need help, see me first, and hopefully I can point you in the right direction. Otherwise, if you've not utilized these services, whether it's ADS, or you have issues with a dang computer, or you need help writing a paper, or you need something in a tutoring center, you know, these people who work in these departments are super passionate about what they do, and they are quite good at what they do. So I urge you to seek them out to assist you in your process. As we look a little bit further down, if you ever have any kind of issue where you have any kind of concern regarding your safety, you absolutely 100% need to make it a point to voice your opinion and have your voice heard. Do not suffer in silence ever. So make that a point to bring something up to me, and if I can't handle it directly, I can do a starfish, and I can create a starfish, and so people that are in your orbit on campus will be aware of your situation. I've done this many times, and it's worked out very well. Or we can point you in the right direction. All right, guys, I'm going to switch from this portion of the syllabi to now the layout. Now, if we go into the course layout, excuse me, the course layout itself is pretty darn colorful. And when you look at the course layout, we have 2 days we meet, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have a day where you're hands-on in the lab, and we have a day where we have a time where we're hands-on in the lab and time where we are in the classroom. So when you look at our layout here, and I left some room, some fudge room in here. I know we're already pushing a couple days, a couple of weeks into this because of our first 2 weeks here. But the layout is going to be thus, where we have we're going to go over prospecting, networking. I'm looking in terms of like you guys being professionals and how to present yourself and be constantly on display. Then we'll dig into a little bit more in terms of like how you actually do the initial consultation. How do you probe for questions? We'll have a guest speaker come in. Part S will talk about open-ended questioning and talking with your clients. I have decades of experience doing this, and we will definitely be going through this in terms of how you can navigate that conversation and really begin to build the relationship with your client or your patient or your athlete. Excuse me. We definitely are going to look at different types of objective and subjective evaluations. In my working career, you still have PAR-Qs, health history questionnaires, and FMS screens. And with an FMS and health history, those are great, but also many times you just need to see the person move, and you have to have more subjective type of evaluations. Further down, we'll get into like a positive coaching environment, how you work with your clients and create this relationship with them that is a positive relationship. Further along, setting goals, evaluating progress, expectations, the business models you might be in. Here's our practice exam. We also have different career paths in the field and professional development and evolving your skill set. And I'll talk a lot about that, about how I've evolved mine over the career. If we look to the right here, now we definitely want to touch base on some stuff that you're going to be familiar with, and it's stuff that you've known and you went through like in your other classes: safety, how to spot correctly, technique pointers, and also just how to do like different and simple progression, regression strategies within your programs. We're definitely going to talk about human planes of the body, or planes of the human body, some basic movement patterns, and single joint versus multi-joint. I think these will all be good refreshers and good touchstones for you guys as we're in this course, because you'll utilize all this stuff with your clients 100%. And as we get further down, you can see we have spring break. We have a day where we do not have, whoop, here's my dogs. Okay, doggy's taken care of. And what you'll see is we do have a professional development day on campus, and we're going to be off that day, and then spring break thereafter, which is kind of nice. It extends a break for you guys. And then shortly thereafter, you have finals week. Now, where this becomes important when you look at the color coding that you have on here, the Joy G Bib that I have going on, it's something I use as a student, and I use as an instructor just to kind of keep myself from going batty. And we'll talk a little bit more about this here. But when you go into learning modules, and I'll be loading in more and more content, you'll see the same color codification as here. Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, Module 4. I like to break the class down into 4 modules. Sometimes I'll do 5 if I need it in the class. But I have Module 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have Roy G. Biv. So anything that's going to be in here when you open it up, whether it's the slides, everything is going to be red. So you know if it's something that's early on in the course and you're looking for something early on in the course, it's going to be red. If it's something later on in the course, it's going to be yellow or green. And that color codification helps me as an instructor stay organized, and I found that it has definitely helped students as well. So I just use that as a tool for myself. So with that, guys, I'm going to break this off right here, and I'm going to go ahead and shoot another video in a little bit regarding that content. So I'm definitely looking forward to meeting all you guys. I'm definitely looking forward to working with all you guys, and I think it's going to be a great semester, and you guys will we'll definitely get a lot out of this in terms of learning more about how to actually work with clients and be hands-on with clients. All right, guys, thank you so much. Signing off. Bye.